We sitting here with Precinct Officer Gad, the Gadite of the ISUPK, man. And we're gonna ask him different questions, man. We seen that a lot of various invitations, and mainly the one in particular of Commander General Yohanan calling all Israelite groups to come together for the 51st annual Passover, just to come home, period. And I wanted to ask you, can you expound or can you explain to us what it means to come home?
That's an excellent question. The water for having me. You know, yeah, Commanding General Yohanan is given the order. Being the commanding general, you understand? Being the commanding general of the nation of Israel, he commanded that all Israelite groups outside of the ISUPK to come home. The Bible tells you in Zephaniah 2:1, which they know, is gather yourselves together, O nation not desired, right? Not split off and do your own thing. It was an order from Commanding General Yohanan that all groups outside of the ISUPK come back home. So when you don't follow an order, you're insubordinate.
Still, after all of that, you still, as a judge, turn around and take the side of the murderer over the victim. That is the mark of the beast in white Christianity.
Spend big time in the military to get them captain's bars. Right. Okay? Then came out the military and joined, why he would join the worst police force on the face of the planet beyond me. But left the police force, left the Navy, and then joined the police. Was a warrior at heart. He's a warrior at heart. He's the type of cat that liked war, liked battle, obviously excel in it. He done scared the hell out of the full-out LAPD. Done terrorized them. The chief said it was domestic terrorism. That's right. He right, because he terrorized by this jig here. In that respect, of course. Now, my point being this. The love that we go into with America is why we can't take it when America separate themselves from us. Like America separate themselves from us, and black people going to damn near commit suicide. Like he wants to kill the white man for firing him off of a job with carrying a gun for the white man. You understand? Like he could have got off that job and just went and got another job. Post office paid the same money.
That's right.
Post office paid the same money as a cop.
That's right.
You understand? It's a federal job, pay the same money. You understand? You get the cash in your bank and go home at night. But because of the love for fighting for the white man, he cannot take it. He cannot take it. And let me tell you something. This is the real spirit of the mark of the beast. You can say what you want to say about a goddamn microchip and all the rest of the nonsense lies that done put out here. The Israelite school of UPK have always taught. Why do I know? Because I'm the highest ranking general in the Israelite school of UPK, and I have always been.
Did Masha ever teach that Solomon had the mark of the beast?
Yeah, he did.
Masha taught that?
Yes, he did.
That's a true statement?
You know how I know?
How do you know?
Because I was there.
And are there any tapes on that I can watch?
You have that tape of it now. You have that tape of it now.
Okay. So did King David have the mark of the beast too?
You got another question now?
What's up with it? I've been doing pretty good. How you been doing?
All right. So how you put the ball in your mouth, then?
I thought we were gonna leave the homosexual comments to the crackers.
I know y'all looking for a real break on that, but you know I got to get it to y'all every now and then.
Hey, check this out. My first question is, who was the first beast to come into power again?
Babylonian and the Syrian Empire.
Okay, so when King Solomon was the king, was the Babylonian Empire? Were they in power at that time?
Say that again?
When King Solomon was in power, was the Babylonian and the Syrian Empire, were they in power at that time?
They weren't in power over Israel, but they were in power and they had their gods up. That's why Muhammad built temples with their God.
Okay.
He worshipped their God.
Okay.
You understand? That's what he did. That's why he worshipped their God.
All right. And the second question.
That's why it said Egypt and Moab. Egypt was around, Moab was around, they were worshiping all of them. Another call. One more, y'all.
Here we go, right here.
One more. Give me somebody new, man. With something interesting to say.
Not me.
Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you call from? You're the last caller. Be interested now. It's the mark of the beast. You said the mark of the beast is the philosophy of the nations that was ruling over us. That's right.
Right. So how does someone got that?
Nobody was ruling over King Solomon.
Thank you.
Fuck, he had the mark of the beast.
Thank you.
Nigga.
So this is a true sign of a false prophet. He just got the shit cut out of him.
Listen, man, I like the way you delivered that. That was rough. Here's how, okay? Because when you take on the mark of the beast, you take on the philosophy of the nations that are ruling in power and authority, man. Solomon left the power and authority given to him by the Lord where he had peace and went and took on the religions of the other nations. Why did he take on the religions of the other nations?
Freestyling this shit.
Power and
Freestyles this shit.
The Lord destroyed the kingdom and put us under who? Them same very nation. The Lord gave Solomon peace for them 40 years.
That's all Solomon got to do in Solomon's time.
Nations was still in power all over the earth.
He didn't get condemned right away.
Exactly.
It took
Just
years
for his son to come
You
up.
understand? He married Pharaoh's daughter and everything else, man. So come on, give me one more caller. Can I get one more
I need
caller?
one more.
Y'all?
That last one's supposed to be the last call.
Somebody else coming in through the phone lines. Is that it? We're done. No more GMS calls. I got one more. Hello, caller. One more call. Hello,
This is
caller.
your
What's your
man.
name? What's your name?
Yeah, I had to call your fat ass one more time. You know how to call your fat ass one more time? You already know what it is. Before Paul came into the truth and he was killing Israelites, did he have the mark of the beast too?
You better know he did.
This fat piece of shit.
Listen, man, y'all give me.
You understand? Ain't no computer chip can stop the Lord. No enchantment against Jacob. So ain't no computer chip. The mark of the beast is the microchip. Fear the microchip. The Lord said ain't no enchantment against Jacob. Jacob received the mark. Meaning you go out and take on Christianity. That's what destroys Jacob. But run, the microchip is coming. The microchip is coming.
The whole agenda is to create a one world government where everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. All money is to be in those chips.
The agenda to groom and controlled release a mass pandemic to bring about the microchipping vaccine records is on the forefront of the talking points for the New World Order, and it's seen all over the media. They are now promoting the apocalypse itself, saying that 80 million are at risk for the next wipeout that will leave humanity in ruins. There are others who are working on this who believe in lowering the population as well, like Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, who are also major forerunners for vaccines. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation have also been caught in major scandals in India, one of the largest populations on the planet. There is no telling how many of these operations are ongoing from these organizations worldwide. But the H1N1 and the H5N1 tests could be covertly going on against the will of the people of India, Africa, and China by the same organizations. These experiments and agendas are ongoing worldwide through organizations such as Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the World Health Organization, and Gavi. The Food and Drug Administration had approved the Verichip RFID implant tag. They used the explanation that doctors hoped this device would help become a solution for patients without medical or vaccine records. Positive ID, which bought Verichip, has long worked on putting immunization records and state Medicaid records connected to this implant.
And we'll be faced with equally consequential decisions in the 21st century. Can a microscopic tag be implanted in a person's body to track his every movement? There's actual discussion about that. You will rule on that, mark my words, before your tenure is over.
Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has worked on field tests that use mobile phone-based vaccine registries that use biometric systems for immunization records keeping. The use of cryptocurrency blockchains for tracking supply chains is now the goal for linking the vaccine records and the identity. Their goal is to put the digital identity onto the supply chain using cryptocurrency blockchains with vaccine records to track everybody globally. Bill Gates funded the Denominator Group, who are also working on this agenda. The Gates Foundation is also in full support of the Better Than Cash Alliance. This project's goal is to digitize the economy with the same global ID chains and digital cashless payments. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation worked directly with Gavi on this global goal for vaccines and blockchain for tracking vaccine records. These core groups are working towards implanting everybody with a global ID with vaccine records. The ID 2020 project is working with the Rockefeller Foundation and Gavi on this digital identity with vaccine records. A sub-project of this group is working with them also called the Identity Foundation. The Identity Foundation works with Accenture, Microsoft, ID 2020, and IBM on the setting up of this tracking system. IBM historically has done this in the past with the Hollerith machines, tattooing tracking numbers for the machines onto the arm of the people that they were putting into concentration camps under the Nazis.
All the banks and financial institutions are running on IBM punch cards. These cards were like bullets. If IBM would have just stopped printing the cards, it would have been like rifles without bullets, but they wouldn't stop printing the cards. In fact, the Auschwitz tattoo began as an IBM number. It began when the prisoner card that each person had, which was identical to what the IBM system could take, was actually tattooed on their skin.
This same IBM is working towards a more high-tech method of this system, identical to that of the Nazi eugenics program. Accenture and Microsoft founded the ID 2020 program. They are working on the global biometric exit entry systems. Accenture and Microsoft had set up the Department of Homeland Security's biometric security exit and entry systems that were under Obama, and this was fast-tracked and enforced under Trump's executive order.
We will finally complete the biometric entry-exit visa tracking system, which we need desperately. For years, Congress has required biometric entry-exit visa tracking systems, but it has never been completed. The politicians are all talk, no action, never happens, never happens. Hillary Clinton, all talk. Unfortunately, when there is action, it's always the wrong decision. Do you ever notice? In my administration, we will ensure that this system is in place. And I will tell you, it will be on land, it will be on sea, it will be in air. We will have a proper tracking system.
The name of the program in the US is the Real ID Act. It was set up under the Patriot Act from 9/11. Accenture was also contracted to help set up the FEMA systems for the risk mapping. This risk mapping was set up for the management systems of FEMA to work with the DHS in the event of pandemic emergencies where the systems could be used to get everybody chipped. FEMA has set up the planning for the pandemics, with the center based on the model to divide the regions of the U.S. up into 10 quarantine zones using the biometric exit-entry systems to enforce the global ID. Accenture and Microsoft with ID 2020 had ran a test on this system. They used the Jordan Syrian refugees camps with the United Nations as a test model, where millions were put into camps and used this biometric system. The systems for the ID 2020 use a verified certification for the global ID, which is called the mark.
But run! The microchip is coming! The microchip is coming!
False prophets speak all damn day about what the hell the mark of the beast is and whatever the hell it is when they don't know nothing about the goddamn Bible, man. And in order to know the Bible, you got to be in the ISUPK, and the ISUPK is the home of the truth. And our slogan is UPK, no goddamn cowards, man. That's right. UPK, no cowards, man. You know what the mark of the beast is? The mark of the beast is raping little women. That's what the mark of the beast is. Raping little girls and preaching people that raping is okay according to God.
Caesar Borgia became the Pope. You understand what I'm saying? And this right here is the image of the beast. You understand what I'm saying? And this is what we have to understand, and we have to get out of our minds, because that is the image of the beast. Was you able to find it? I think that might be it right there. All right, let's get it. We're going Mataza Pod got the 10 common markets. I'm going to read the scripture one more time just so y'all can stay with me. It says, and there appeared another wonder. This is Revelation 12:3. It said, and there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon having 7 heads. We know that the 7 heads was Greece, right? It was Greece, Rome, Spain, France, Germany, Russia, and Great Britain, right? And 10 horns. What was the 10 horns? Revelation 12:3, it said, and there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon having 7 heads. We know that the 7 heads was Greece, right? It was Greece, Rome, Spain, France, Germany, Russia, and Great Britain, right? 7 heads was Greece, right? It was Greece, Rome, Spain, France, Germany, Russia, and Great Britain, right?
Go ahead, tell me where you at.
Revelations 13:1. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Having 7 heads and 10 horns. What does that represent? When it says he has 7 heads and 10 horns, meaning these 7 heads and 10 horns come out of the fall of Rome. Who's that first beast we talking about? The so-called European, Rome, that Roman Empire. You understand? Esau or Edomites ruled during Rome. That's who that first beast is. You understand that? He ruled during Rome. Now, Who are these 7 heads that it's talking about? You got the 7 heads of the rulership of the government, the superpowers that came out of that beast. Who is it? Portugal, Italy, Spain, France, Germany, Russia, and England. Those are the ones that come out of that. Those are the 7 heads. You understand? And when it said the 10 horns, right? Keep on reading.
And upon his horns 10 crowns.
10 crowns. Those horns / crowns are nations that come from them superpowers, them heads. Who are they? Belgium, Netherlands, Luxembourg, Denmark, Ireland, Switzerland, Australia, USA, Scotland, Sweden. All of them come out of them 7 heads. You understand? They come out of them 7 heads. Belgium, Netherlands, Luxembourg, Denmark, Ireland, Switzerland, Australia, USA, Scotland, Sweden. All of them come out of them 7 heads. You understand? They come out of them 7 heads.
Learn how to be new again. That's what Christ was talking about. Making you brand new. Changing your life. Making decisions differently, man. Not to benefit the white man, but to benefit the black man. That's who got to get the benefit now. Haven't we built them a great kingdom? When we gonna get our part? It ain't never gonna happen because they never intend to give us our part. So what do we got to do? We got to come together and build our kingdom right here inside this kingdom. What? We got to come together and build our kingdom right here inside this kingdom. We got to come together and build our kingdom right here inside this kingdom.
Preach about how they hate white people, how they hate gays, how they're preaching calling women whores. I mean, really hostile kind of language that makes people feel intimidated and fearful, and that's not protected by the First Amendment.
We don't hate white people, but God hates white people. We don't hate white people, but God hates white people. We don't hate white people, but God hates white people.
I hate the white man. I hate the white man.
You call what? He wanted to know if he could have anal sex with his wife. Okay, anal sex with his wife? Okay, well listen. Let me tell you something. A lot of people gonna be mad at me about this, but I'm about to tell you like it is. The answer is yes. This is the hard part of being a priest of the Most High. The answer is yes, and I'm gonna tell you why. The scriptures say this. Everybody get Romans, the 5th chapter, the 13th verse. The question is for anybody that's asking. The question that he asked was, can a brother have anal sex with his wife? Can he have anal sex with his wife? And the answer, I'm going to break some of your hearts. The answer is yes. Do it in the butt. Sex and do it in the butt all night long. Let me tell you something. The answer is yes. And the reason why. Everybody get Romans 5:15. Read this for me and I'm going to explain to you. I know Hebrew Israelites going to disagree with me on this. Hebrew Israelites going to email me from now till Passover, cursing me out there. How dare you, Johanna, say this on the air? But I'm going to have to tell you it according to the Bible. If a brother want to have sex in his woman's butt, that's up to him and her. You understand? And this is why. It is not a gay act. A lot of people equate it with a homosexual act. If you are homosexual inside having sex with your woman fantasized about a man, you got a problem. You got a lust problem for a deviant act. You understand? You got a lust problem for a deviant act that's against the Most High. Let me show you what I'm talking about. All right? Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me know what I'm talking. You bear with me. No, I'm going to let Hans speak because everybody won't hear it if you read it. Go ahead. You bear with us a second.
Romans 5:13. For until the law, sin was in the world, but sin is not imputed when there is no law.
You see what the Most High said? There is no law on how to have sex with your woman. You can use ear, eye, nose, throat, and mouth according to the scripture. You understand? You understand? Just like you go to the ear, eye, nose, and throat doctor, you can ear, eye, nose, and throat doctor your wife. You understand? That's between, once again, we got to take the spooky-ooky Christian vibe off of sex. Christians have turned sex into a separate religion, man, when it is not a separate religion. He want to go in there, him and his woman want to go in there and do it that way. That's up to them. Now, I will give you a safety warning. This is just a safety warning. That you could catch hepatitis from having anal sex. A lot of homosexuals get hepatitis from having anal sex because of the germs in human waste.
A lot of people can't accept that John the Baptist wasn't in the truth. Why wasn't John the Baptist in the truth? John the Baptist did amazing things. But John the Baptist, and when it mattered, he didn't stop what he was doing and be a follower of Christ.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So you might have a status and you might have a following on YouTube. That means nothing to the Lord. You supposed to stop what you're doing, like John the Baptist should have did, and follow Christ. Which means you come into these classes, you put on all black, and you become a trooper. You get a Hebrew name and become a new man. You understand?
Okay, so obviously they don't understand.
Uh-huh.
Since they don't understand what you're saying. So what do you think can help them grasp the concept of the ISUPK being the home of the truth? Also, what is stopping them from grasping the concept of the ISUPK being the home of the truth?
Like I said, it's all pride. It's all pride. You want to be the man. You get what I mean? You want to be the man in your organization. You want to be the... It's not about that.
Have always taught. Why do I know? Because I'm the highest ranking general in the Israelite school of UPK, and I have always